In today's video, we're gonna go over some interesting new Blender add-ons and updates. Add-ons for texturing, modeling, populating cities, animation, hair, and more. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. In an interesting news for ArcViz artists, the developer of Sanctus Material Library released Sanctus Viz. It is basically a new collection of over 500 optimized procedural materials, asset library items, and geometry node tools aimed at making ArcViz work much faster and easier. You know, this kind of work takes a lot of time, and you often work based on serious deadlines, so I'm sure this is gonna help a lot. And since it is from this developer, you know this stuff is good. In practice, Sanctus Viz lets you do things like on-the-fly detailing of surfaces. You can, for instance, add roof tiles or wall patterns instantly, and even auto-generate UV maps for things like walls and floors. It also comes with a built-in baking tool, so you can convert those fancy procedural materials into regular textures when you need to optimize, in addition to other things. On the other hand, the new Icity Cyberpunk theme add-on is packed with hundreds of cyberpunk-style assets like glowing neon signs, dynamic holograms, gritty street kiosks, vending machines, and other sci-fi props. And the best part is how it handles the heavy lifting of city building for you. And I would say just like the original Icity add-on, you have, for example, intelligent generation tools that automatically lay out the streets, arrange all the buildings, and even sprinkle in some atmospheric touches like foggy plazas and neon-lit architecture, you know, to support the cyberpunk theme. And everything is modular and easy to tweak, with ready-made scene presets and some nice controls that let you rearrange city blocks and adjust different lights of the city. Also, you can adjust the rain, the foggy ambience, and more to match the vision for your cyberpunk city. There's also another interesting add-on called Permablend. Permablend is all about making materials blend together seamlessly in your scene. But what does that mean? Well, for example, if two objects get close to each other, this add-on automatically blends their materials at the contact areas in real time. We actually saw another add-on like this, which came out recently. Anyways, so you just let Permablend handle those smooth transitions. And the good news, it works with both Cycles and Eevee, so you can see the blended materials instantly as you move things around in Blender. Generally speaking, it is a really neat way to add a realistic touch where objects meet. And to be honest, there are a lot of applications for this add-on, especially for environment artists. And hopefully it will be even better with more updates. Talking about updates, we have Autosmear version 3, which just dropped recently with a major update to the classic smear frame tool for animators. The developer basically rebuilt the whole add-on from scratch using Blender 4.5 new geometry nodes, in a way making it a complete remake, of the old version. But what does that mean for you? Well, for starters, you will get smoother and easier smear effects when animating fast motion. I'm talking about those sketchy and cartoony motion blurs that can now be created in just a couple of clicks. And version 3 has been thoroughly beta tested, so it's running in a solid way. In other words, if you want to add smear frames or trailing duplicates of your animations, you should probably consider this add-on as an option. With another interesting update, we have Ornament Generator version 1.2.0, which is the latest update of the add-on. Well, it is all about creating decorative designs with ease. If you ask me, modeling those by hand is gonna be a nightmare, because it's gonna take a lot of time. So this add-on has some ready content that helps you make those ornaments on the fly. And with the new update, the developer dropped a batch of new content, specifically 104 brand new ornaments that were added, organized into two new categories, China and Mesoamerica. This means you have a ton of patterns at your fingertips for things like architectural details, fancy borders, or artistic designs. So you can literally create something that looks amazing and very complex in a very short period of time. And the add-on itself works through geometry nodes, so you just select some edges of your model, hit Generate Ornament, and it will fill that area with intricate patterns automatically. Another new addition is called Arclink City. Arclink City is not an add-on per se, but rather a kit bash asset pack. It is a collection of over 150 sci-fi themed building pieces, in addition to structures, which you can use to construct futuristic cityscapes. This might sound cheesy, but it is shaded by streams of light and data, as you can see. So all the assets are PBR textured and come pre-UV unwrapped, and they are optimized to be lightweight so you can scatter hundreds of them without tanking your viewport. They are also asset browser ready, which means you can drag and drop them into your scene easily. On the other hand, Simple Export is a handy tool for anyone who needs to export lots of assets from Blender, especially to game engines. And to be honest, lots of people need this. It kinda improves the whole process of exporting collections or objects by letting you set up custom export paths and presets, and then batch export everything in one go. Think of it as an export assistant. You decide which collections to export. It could be all of them or just the ones you select, and the add-on makes sure that each one goes to the right folder with the right settings. And it supports common engines like Unity, Unreal, Godot, etc. So you don't have to manually tweak FBX or GLTF settings for each export. On the other hand, Curve Hair is a small but super useful add-on, especially for character artists working with Blender's new curve-based hair system. What it does is simple. It allows you to move a profile curve of a hair strand to the end of the strand for easier editing. In plain English, when you create hair with curves, you often have a profile object that defines the shape of the hair strand. The tool lets you position that profile at the tip, the tip of the hair curve, so you can adjust the thickness and shape right where the hair ends, rather than at the default location, which is not optimal, I would say. And it works with any type of curve, whether it be Bezier, NURBS, paths, you name it. And it even supports multiple splines in one curve object. The add-on also has handy features for splitting a curve into a new object, for isolating individual hair strands, and for saving and loading the profile's position. Another new add-on is called Reproject Key. Reproject Key is a sculpting workflow enhancer, and in a bit I'm going to go into some details about what it does, but on the surface it is really exciting for anyone who does high detail sculpts. The way I see it is, the add-on lets you project high poly details onto another mesh while in sculpt mode. And picture this. You've got a highly detailed sculpt and a lower poly retopologized model. Normally transferring fine details from the sculpt to the new mesh is like baking maps, or continuous sculpting is a bit involved, but the add-on simplifies that by taking the current mesh and wrapping it onto the high poly underneath. So it will inherit all those bumps and grooves instantly. And it even has a feature when you can use a mask to project only certain areas, and it will generate shape keys for the projections automatically. This means you can project details, and you can do that in layers or have different shape keys for different detail sets if needed. And the add-on runs directly in the sculpt mode, so you don't have to switch contexts or use the shrink wrap modifier manually. Last but not least, BlendFlow X is an add-on that gives Blender's bending functionality a much more intuitive spin. You see, traditionally bending a mesh might involve adding an empty or using a simple deform modifier, which can be a bit indirect. But the add-on replaces that clunky process with a gizmo right in the 3D viewport, so you will get a visual widget. One part of it lets you drag to set the bend angle, and another part lets you rotate the bending axis. So you are indirectly bending and twisting objects on the fly, as if you are deforming clay, but with some precision controls. It even allows bidirectional bending, and offsetting the start point of the bend easily. What's great about this add-on is that it works as a modifier under the hood, meaning it is non-destructive, and you can stack it or apply it like any regular Blender modifier. And there you have it, guys. If you are interested in these add-ons, you will find all the necessary links in the description. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to receive more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.